Oh, good morning, everybody. Flying solo today. It's Saturday morning. I'm going to just take my time. The tide's at 7 o'clock, so I'm going to miss it by the time I get everything rocking and rolling. Figured I'll take a second and view my box here. I'm going to get this. Granted, I'm not going to use the zip ties. I just used it for temporary to see where I'm looking at. I'm going to try to divert the material over to the side. And I'm probably going to, I got an extra mat just for this one of the sluice trays out of the big triple when it was original. I'm going to put a gold hog mat in there and try to divert all the material that way. Now these are all the old big triple mats with a little bit extra added, and so what I do is I put each one of the side ones in, bang, and then bang, and then I have to lift up the whole thing up and then put the middle one in and jam it all in there. This whole entire top is nothing but talon. All the way down to here. All the way down to here. That's all talon. Every bit of that. And so what I've came up with is I've put a piece of the hog moss right in here. Jam it all the way up. Now the reason I've done most of this is kind of what holds all the mats into place rather than screws. I don't have the expanded this piece of expanded is just the flat expanded. I don't have any of the riffle, the raised riffle expanded. And then I have to, this is the one I built, just kind of holds and locks it all into place. And then I slide my dampener mat up in behind it and lock it all into place. Yeah, you get the gist of it. I'll be playing with the angles today a little bit, quite a bit. I'm going to try to figure out, I think 6 degrees is about where I'm going to work best. Maybe a little higher than that, I'll have to see. Added zincs. I added quite a few zincs to it. If you can look, I don't know if you can see the big white powder on that whole piece of aluminum right there. That's where it was electronically zapping. Once the ground broke off, it eroded and broke off right here. The electricity was just going like crazy on the dredge. So I put a zinc on each side, a zinc in the middle joiner one. So hopefully that's enough to calm down the electrolysis. One of the things I always got to remember is do not let the tube go out the water, otherwise the darn thing sucks air. When I'm in the motion mode, I've been having a little bit of trouble keeping that foot valve down in the water. I'll have to figure out something to do with that later on. Anyhow, I'm going to take my time. I got to set up another anchor until I find my old one. And definitely not going to use that thin little rope anymore. It worked, but it didn't work good. It made me go swimming. I didn't like that. Anyhow, so I'm going to keep on jerry rigging up the tailings sideways diverter, and I'm going to get it set up and get ready to go out to the sand and go find some gold, man. Go get the gold.
Okay, everybody, my name's Russ, and I'm doing a little filming today for Ray, since everything is raining. I'm doing his thing.
Trying to find that perfect goddamn speed. Come here. I gotta feel it.
He's working on his pump. Seems to have just a little bit too much water, so he's trying to get this thing adjusted. We're going to swing around here a little bit and take a look at the boys there. That's David there. That's David and Paul. And they're out here on their first day using the Talon 2. And brand new out of the box, first time out. What we're doing here is we're using a hydroforce, since we have just a since we have just a,
This is the
let me get my shadow out of the way here. This is a hydroforce unit. Pick it up one time real quick and show. There's your hydroforce unit. It's got a water valve on the bottom for suction. And it's basically used in conjunction with a high banker so you can go up on the benches and work the benches and have your sluice down in the water. So it's a dry land sluice. And as you can see, we have nothing here but dry land to sluice on. So therefore these have proved to be really good. Instead of having to go ahead and shovel and shovel and shovel, you kind of just put the hydroforce down into the hole and let it do its work. Paul's working a little harder today than he has to. He could be using a shovel, but all right.
He's having fun.
Let it dig the big holes. We can dig 4 to 5 cubic yards in this dirt in 3 hours.
Take it out right here where the white line goes in.
And now we're gonna wander back over here and give you an idea here. Say hi, Jeremy. Hi, Jeremy.
Hi, Ray.
There's another guy sluicing out there on the other end. So you can see the size of the deposit down here, our favorite little place that we come to. So now we can watch them screw up their dredge here. Alright, well, he pumped too much water into it. Somebody's got to do something here.
Need more water.
He's got a plug. Alright, managed to get that under control. Once in a while we get a plug in that hydroforce and she just shoots a little bit too much water. Okay, turn your valve back on. And we did good the other day. I came out with my gold hog and we did real good. We got about 8 grams in 5 hours out here. It's nothing really fantastic, but I will go back over here, wander over here, back here by Ray's and see how Ray's doing. Looks like he's pulling his dredge over a little bit now. Give him a smile for the camera. Smile for the camera. Hey, wave. Alright, cool.
I can't wait for the cigarettes to get cold.
And it seems to be functioning. We did a very good job here. Good job building this dredge. Really is good. Get a shot here of the wide box that we've got. Okay. Alright, I think I'll hand the camera back over here to Ray. And I think I got enough, so see you later. Bye.
Alright.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm at a 6-degree angle right now, and I don't know, I'm just struggling with everything. We'll figure it out. It's early in the year. Well, I just did a clean out. Not hard to do a clean out in the field. We had, you know, of course I got the hog moss and everything underneath the crash box. Can't see it right now, but anyhow. You got the hog moss up underneath that. And I just did a quick pan of just the hog moss and just a little bit of just one good handful, and there was almost a gram in that one little handful. So my diverter sluice box thing filled up and it got sand underneath it, but I did a handful of that, and there was gold in that too. So no matter what, I know I'm losing some gold. It's just too hard to capture this darn beach sand gold. But every little bit I do grab means more in my coffer for me. Tide is coming in rapidly. I'm right here on the top of the bar right now. It dips off. The guys with the Viper Pro flare, they're all bailing, they're all done. They got ran off the hill. There's another old prospector just showed up over there on the corner. I don't know what, probably got him a little high banker of some sort. Now I'm going to stay right out here on the top of this hill. The wind finally calmed down a little bit, which is darn nice. The wind was kind of getting a little chilly. My fingers are starting to finally warm up a little bit. That's South Channel. And of course there's the North Channel. I'm glad the wind calmed down. They ain't going to be pounding me with the waves again. Absolutely glorious day out here. It's so pretty. So pretty. Well, I am going to fire up and rock and roll out some more. There's the first 3 hours of dredging down. Let's go do another 3 hours, see what happens.
Till later, Ray signing off, buddies. Yeah. Oh, I hope I get a good amount of gold today. I really do. And if it works good today, I'll be out here tomorrow, and we'll get this thing dialed in yet. You know, for only the third run, I'm getting there closer. Figure I'm about 6 degrees angle is going to be about where I'm at. So hopefully that's going to be the magic numbers. I'm really messing with that pump. Too much throttle, and I'm blowing water just all over, white watering that sluice box. Not enough throttle, and that big long, my suction tube just fills full of that black sand and it stops. So that's kind of playing with the throttle's kind of been a real bear. We'll get it figured out. Sammy the sucker is going to get me some gold, I swear. Guess I'm supposed to pay attention where I'm driving. Anyhow, time to pack it in. Well, my forward sluice box got a heck of a lot of concentrate. Filled that entire 5-gallon bucket full. That some gun's heavy. That's over 100 pounds. Anyhow, I'm gonna get back to the boat launch and call it a day. It was fun. I got about 4 hours in, I think. I don't know. It's roughly about 3:30 right now, so good time to quit. Still got lots of sunshine. Talk to you later. Well, it's your old gold hog buddy Ray, getting ready to sign off for the day. Nice trip. Yeah, we'll find out what kind of gold I got. Loading it up by myself wasn't all that easy. Come along, but then the wheels are right at the same width of that trailer, so one wheel popped off, I had to shove it all back off. Keep having to drive my van all the way under the salt water. That ain't good for them brakes, I tell you. Oh well, it's all good. Get the gold. Morning, guys. Hey, well, it's the next day. I'm a little tired, but got the rest of my gold panned out. I've been a little worried about how much velocity of the water and how fast I'm sucking the sand. I've actually been very worried about it all day yesterday and the time before, and the loss rates and stuff, because every time I did a test pan, I seen a little bit of gold. I had that extra tray at the very bottom. I showed it yesterday, and it didn't work that great, and it had a huge amount of material, 10 gallon or 5 gallons of material. Well, also what was in those buckets was just me washing out of the sluice box down into that tray and then down into the bucket. Well, when I was doing one of those washout, I seen a line of gold from when I was washing out the crash box, and it was going down into that. So it's probably a skewed reading as is. But the sweet part about it is, look at this. That right there is 134.5 grains. That's about 8.7 grams. That right there is only 18.7 grains, 1 gram. So that right there is what came out of that safety catch sluice at the end. That came out of my mats. Thumbs high, buddy. Gold hog mat, even at ripping water, was working great.